Hello everyone. Tonight I was watching Everton versus Leeds, but there was a load of games on. Chelsea played Southampton and they lost 2-1. So I love to see Chelsea losing. And honestly, I'm not surprised by the way the club is being run according to what's been out there in the media. He's doing it all himself. The new owners doing it all himself. Let's think he want to do. He want to make the tea himself. I don't have any sympathy for Chelsea as a club. They're trying to buy De Jong, and you know what? They'll probably get him, and they'll probably have a little run. But I think they'll end up being like how they are now, where they're just very inconsistent. And I can see Thomas Tuchel being replaced before Christmas at this rate. Speaking of being replaced, Scott Parker's been sacked, so I'm not surprised, because after they lost to Liverpool 9-0, he said some things in his post match interview, and apparently he was having a go at the board. So I'm not surprised that they got rid of him. He'll be alright. He'll be like Nigel Pearson. He'll always have a job in the Championship. So he'll be alright. But in terms of this game, Everton versus Leeds, without Anthony Gordon, I don't think Everton go 1-0 up, because he was the best player on the pitch in that first half. From an Everton perspective, he was the only one that really created anything. To be honest, there was one moment where he was able to spin in behind and win Everton a free kick, and that was one of the most creative things Everton did for that first half. And I can see why all of these clubs want Anthony Gordon, because he's a really good player, and I just hope from an Everton perspective that they keep him, because if they don't, then I think Everton might be fucked. And I'm not even an Everton fan, but I'm just thinking from an Everton perspective, if they lose Anthony Gordon, then who's gonna really create anything? Obviously they've got that new striker that they're gonna play today, because it was a bank holiday, and they couldn't register him. I find that really funny. They couldn't register a player because it was bank holiday. How funny that? You would think the Premier League would have somebody there over the bank holiday where they could register players if they needed to. I just find that really funny, but obviously, in terms of the game, Everton started off the better side, as I said, but after half time, it completely changed around, and to be honest, I thought Leeds could have won that game. Leeds got a really good equaliser, and it was just a case of Everton falling asleep defensively. And I do wonder how Frank Lampard team talks go at half time, because he doesn't seem like the sort of manager that can really galvanise the troops. But maybe I'm wrong. They're just showing the highlights of the Chelsea game, And yeah, I'm not surprised by the way they've shown the defending. I'm not surprised why they lost. To be fair, the Southampton second goal did take a deflection, I believe. So yeah, obviously that makes it a bit better, but it's still not good enough for Chelsea. As I said earlier, I have no sympathy for them. Anyway, what was I saying about? Yeah, Leeds were the better side, and Everton, they were just half asleep. And I remember about Frank Lampard's team talks at half time. He did not sound like the sort of person that can motivate the troops, but I could be wrong. And it just sums up Everton's season, doesn't it? How they go to register a player and they can't play him because it was bank holiday and he could not be registered. How fucking funny. Well, it's not funny, but I find it hilarious. But going back to Everton, just overall, yeah, they lost and they've got a load of draws. Now, obviously, it's better than losing all of them games. Of course it is, but you don't want to get into the habit of drawing games. Because don't me if I'm wrong, but I think a lot of them draws have come from Everton defensively falling asleep and allowing the other team to get back into it. So I do wonder if Everton are gonna do this a lot this season under Lampard. Whether they're gonna go up and then about 60 minutes into the game or whatever, they're gonna fall asleep and then they're gonna concede. And if that is the case, I wonder if Lampard's style is gonna work for these players. Cause obviously he kept them up last season, but I would have thought in the summer they would have parted ways amicably. But obviously they decided to keep him. And by the way, I know I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but you know what I was trying to say. But as I said, they decided to keep him, and so far I just think Everton are going to be in the same position as they were last season, maybe even a bit worse. So yeah, so I really enjoyed tonight's game. As I say, it was very competitive, and it was really, I don't want to say it was exciting because it was a very boring game in terms of goals, but it was interesting to see Everton's style of play and the way Leeds was able to get back into the game. And it's interesting to see how Everton seemed to completely burn out by the second half. To be honest, if you're an Everton fan, let me know if I'm talking shit. I can only go off what I see. I can only go off what I see tonight, and I just felt like by the second half, Everton were fucked. But you know what? On the other hand, fair play to Leeds, because they really turned up the intensity as well. So obviously you can't blame Everton, because I do think Leeds obviously showed a lot more intensity in the second half. But you can't deny Everton definitely looked like they were burnt out in the second half. And I just want to mention this really quickly. I know why Jordan Pickford is getting. I know why Jordan Pickford is England number one. Because on occasions, let me not say on occasions, like he's a really good shot stopper. Like in last minute situations, obviously he's a really good shot stopper. But in terms of his decision making, I think it's blooming terrible. Like there were times in the first half where he was coming out to claim balls and he completely missed them, and they were lucky not to concede a goal. So just poor decision making from Pickford. But as I say, he's a good shot stopper. So let me know what you think. And by the way, if you saw my last video, I hope I did not come across as ungrateful. That's not what I was trying to say in that video. So let me know if you watched it. What did you think? Did you think how I worded it? I sounded ungrateful, or did you understand where we're coming from? Let me know. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, and I will speak to you soon.